Let's give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the blood to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the true worshippers. This is your brother Ahmad from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, back with another few minutes of truth. And the truth is, this is an example of how your world is going to, how your world will end abruptly, yo. This flood is a perfect example, and I'm going to get into why. All right. I want to look up. I looked up this word abruptly, And this is the word abruptly in Merriam-Webster, yo. And it says the definition is in an abrupt manner, in a sudden and unexpected way. In a sudden and unexpected way, yo. And salvation, as well as the wicked's destruction, is described in an unexpected way to the masses, yo. The way in which it is described in the Bible, they can't even fathom it. They're not expecting it in that way, The scripture says they'll see the strangeness of our salvation, yo. Right, the strangeness of our salvation, and suddenly as well. And what happened in the UAE, the flood, the storm, the rainstorm, and the whole flooding is an example, a small example of what will happen to this world, yo, this society. Let's check out a few clips.
Overseas now, Dubai has been experiencing severe flooding as they receive record amounts of rain over the last few days. The city received 5.6 inches of rain in little over a day. That's more than its usual yearly rainfall, which is about 3.7 inches. The massive downpour turned streets into rivers. Dubai's airport had to briefly suspend operations, with carriers like Emirates continuing to report delays and cancellations.
So, it wasn't just airports, man. Everything had to be cancelled. Everything that was normal had to stop abruptly, yo. Every single thing, Everything that people did day to day, going to work, and it didn't matter if you were a janitor all the way to being a lawyer or a doctor, or a CEO. Everything had to halt abruptly, right? Suddenly.
Dubai's severe flooding was caused by excessive use of cloud seeding for 7 days straight. This led to them receiving...
No, I did come across information, that denied the cloud seeding, and that's not what this lesson is about, all right? That's not the focus. So there is information, like the officials are saying there was no cloud seeding. So please disregard that bit of information that this video will give.
1 year's worth of rain in less...
And yes, we're fully aware that they can be lying. Of course, they can be lying, But that's for another lesson that I want to get into as well. Because I see how this flood, this storm, it can be used to push the so-called climate change agenda also, but that's for another lesson. All right?
In 24 hours, in this desert country, planes couldn't land or take off from the airport because the entire runway was completely flooded, and the streets and drainage systems were inundated with water. People were stuck in their Rolls Royces, Teslas, and Bugattis. Chairs and tables were being flung from top-floor balconies of high-rise buildings. The famous mall in Dubai was gushing water like a tropical waterfall, reminiscent of rivers in Indonesia or the Philippines. The skies were so dark, it was like a repeat of the major solar event from last week, but this is where extreme wealth comes into play. Many took the opportunity to enjoy wild spins in their yachts and on their jet ski. For even more context and contrast, this is what Dubai usually looks like. A city of elegance, glitz, and glamour, where the rich and wealthy come to mingle and enhance their life with like minds. Dubai severe flooding.
Yo, just like in the days of Noah, man, they didn't take it serious. They didn't take Noah prophesying for over 100 years serious, yo. You know? I think I have that right here. This is Matthew 24, verse 37 says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So shall also the end of your so-called beautiful world that you cherish and love so much, with all its wickedness, its glitz and glamour, its glorified debauchery. It will all end abruptly, you know, and just like in the time of Noah, the time of the flood. All right. So people are making light, or those who can afford are making light of this flood, you know, who can afford jet skis. But for the ones that can't, what about the persons that live day to day? You know? Like a lot of most of the world wouldn't be able to bounce back from this, as Dubai will eventually. You know, they haven't fully recovered yet. You know, this flood, we're not seeing it everywhere, but it's actually everywhere in Dubai, yo. You know, I have some images right here. This is Dubai before the flood. It looks gorgeous. You know, it looks beautiful. This is Dubai after the flood. And one of the main takeaways from this point I want to put across is that this storm only lasted for 24 hours. This rainstorm only lasted for about 24 hours, they said. And they got the amount of rain that they got when that they measured it. You know, they have their thing that they use measure it. Is they got more than a year's worth of rainfall. More than a year's worth of rainfall that Dubai would normally get in the span of 24 hours, yo. So the land, it couldn't absorb that water in time. It couldn't take all of that, you know. Yo, it's crazy. It shows you how great even the flooding that happened in Noah's time was, yo. Just imagine how those rains were, you know. Yo, we can't imagine it, to be exact, yo. If we're being honest, we can't imagine that. We can't fathom that, yo. We can try, you know. But this beautiful city, a beautiful world, will end abruptly, yo. This is Revelation 18, verse 15. It says, "The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment." And this scripture is talking about Mystery Babylon the Great, you know. The concept. It's not talking about specifically about Dubai. So now I'm switching to a prophecy, future prophecy that will happen end time prophecy. This is an end time prophecy of what is going to happen to Mystery Babylon the Great. All right. So it says, weeping and wailing and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And yo, doesn't that looks like this? Doesn't that sound like it's describing the Bible? It's describing America. All right, America is that it's the mother of harlots. America is Mystery Babylon the Great. You know, verse 17 says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught." Yes, in 24 hours of extreme rain, extreme weather conditions, Dubai came to a halt, yo. The economy of Dubai came to a halt. Nothing was coming in and nothing was coming out. The entire economical system, it didn't collapse, but it came to a halt. It had to cease for a time period because of the devastation of these of the floods, yo. All right. And it said, this continues to say, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, that city is like unto this great city. So Dubai is gonna be wiped out. It's gonna be destroyed. Mystery Babylon the Great, America is gonna be destroyed. You know, your world is gonna come to an abrupt end. Can't repeat that enough, yo. This is 1 Thessalonians 5. We're gonna start at 1, you know. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Alright, let's jump to verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Drunken off of the glitz and glamour of the UAE and allied, you know, all, as you can see. I want one last scripture. Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Alright, so yeah, the truth is, this world is gonna end abruptly, yo. This world will end abruptly. Alright, and the UAE floods are just an example, you know, but it's not gonna. This world is not gonna end with water. Lord already ended this world with water once, you know. Lord promised He wouldn't do it with water again. This time, it's gonna be destroyed with fire. Fire, all right. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. So with this, I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom to all the true worshipers.